a shirtless man.
So episode 24, Hot Rods and Rust. Today, I've got a neat show planned. I always say an exciting show, but today's really a neat show. We're going to take a look at a lot of things that we've been talking about for a couple of months. The two Corvettes are painted. They're getting close to going to auction. I think Richard's going to be here today. He'll take a look at those two cars. The 56 Ford truck that started life out as a little miniature model. You wait till you see that truck. And if you remember last episode, I told you about a service cycle that I desperately wanted to buy. Now, the service cycle, it's such a neat story behind it. And I'd encourage you guys just to Google it and see how it all started. But the truth of the matter is, with the service cycle, is the engineer that worked for Harley Davidson came to Harley Davidson back in the late 30s and told them that, that he thought Harley Davidson should build a small motorcycle. Harley Davidson's motorcycles are swelling up, they were getting big. He believed they should build a small motorcycle. Harley Davidson told him, nah, we're not going to build a small motorcycle. So what did he do? He quit. He quit Harley Davidson, went down to Louisiana, opened up his own motorcycle shop, named it Service Cycle, and this is what he came up with. Now the cool thing about Service Cycle, it started in the early 30s, or the late 30s. The actual first one hit the road in the late 30s, and it ran all the way up until the late 60s. Virtually unchanged. The whole design of the bike almost unchanged. Now, you may or may not know this. There were several companies like Sears and Roebuck, Western Auto, and a few other places that sold the Service Cycle. They sold them under a brand name Whizzer. That particular one happened to be sold at Western Auto. You could buy a Whizzer that was a complete motorcycle, or you could buy a Whizzer conversion kit, turn your bicycle into a motorcycle. Now, I'm a small bike junkie. I just love small bikes, from my Sprint to this. And I'm actually in the middle of building an Ironhead, which is a small Sportster. Me and my son are building it. You guys will see it in the next couple of months. Also, Sears and Roebuck commissioned this guy to build their motorcycles. But this one is a true service cycle with the exception of the motor. The motor's been replaced and upgraded. But all in all, man, this is a cool bike. I'm proud to have it. All in all, the Simplex Service Cycle, that's a neat bike. That's on my bucket list of stuff I wanted, you know, so I add that to my collection. It's just cool having that stuff. One day my kids can fight over who gets what, you know. But today, I'm gonna try to wear it out before they get it. But you know, my thinking is, if it hadn't been wore out since 1948, I probably ain't gonna have time to do it, but I'll sure try. And actually, I just got through riding it. I just had the door held open for me so I could ride it in the office so y'all could see it. And I think tonight I'm going to go to a vintage bike night and take this bike. I don't think there will be another one. All in all, that's the Service Cycle. I'm proud to have it, and it is so cool.
They come running just as fast as they can. Every girl crazy about a shirtless man.
If your business has you on the run, get a mailbox at the UPS store. We'll text or email you when you have a package to pick up, so you'll leave your competition in the dust.
See, we do a lot more than shipping.
Visit any of our 3 convenient Henry County locations. The weather is getting cooler, the leaves are changing color, and the pumpkins are ready for picking. So come on to Ewell Forest Pumpkin Patch, where the pumpkins are ready for harvest. Take a trip around the farm on our hay ride. Stop at the petting zoo and play in the fun zone. We have reptile exhibits, puppet shows, and our newest attraction, the Bee House. For you older kids, our weekend nighttime haunted house and zombie paintball hayride will get you in the Halloween spirit. So come to the heart of Henry County on Highway 155 near Stockbridge. The Pumpkin Patch at Ewell Forest, Highway 155.
At Zytec Roofing, we believe that your home is one of your most important investments, and protecting that investment starts with a quality roof. We realize in order to be successful in this competitive business, it's important to build a positive relationship with our clients. As an A-rated, fully accredited Better Business Bureau roofing contractor, Zytec is known for delivering superb workmanship and outstanding customer service. Our experienced team also specializes in detecting storm-related damage and is qualified to work on your behalf with your insurance provider at no cost to you. Your home may qualify for an entirely new roof that is paid for by your insurance company. With our well-known personal service and attention to detail, we bring the best quality work to your home. We will not be satisfied until you are. To schedule an estimate and a free roof inspection, contact Zytec Roofing today and let us go to work for you.
Crazy about a man.
So here we are out in the shop, and I want to just basically give you an overview of everything in the shop. You remember the 64.5 Mustang. David's working on it. Over on the wall, what we're doing to this car is about as near of a restoration as we do. David is knee deep into this car. You'll notice on the wall and beside it is all the parts, all the individual parts. We've taken each part off, worked each part. I did that the other day, and man, I cussed so bad. Oh, that was horrible. I came through the shop the other day. I get so focused. I don't remember what I was studying. I ran into the bumper horn, lost it in the shop, blew a gasket. I told everybody, do something, put a blanket on it, put a towel on it. Nobody did anything. What happened? David snags his kneecap. Good enough for them, huh? And Carl's gonna paint it pink so everybody sees it.
We're gonna highlight it. We might be redneck, but we have been redneck.
Well, you notice they put an orange cone beside it now. You know what? I'm gonna go take the orange cone away. We'll let Carl rip his knee open on it, and then we'll all learn a valuable lesson. But the 64.5 Mustang has come a long way. Everything we do on this car goes to bare metal. Some different ways than others. This fender was in bad shape, so we actually chemically stripped it. So the bare metal on that car, we're stripping that whole car to bare metal. And there's a lot of ways to strip a car. There's chemical stripping. Of course, there's media, sandblasting, soda blasting, or things like that. Now, that particular car, we're actually chemically stripping it. And it's a touchy situation when you chemically strip a car. But there's a reason we're chemically stripping it. There's a lot of layers of paint on that car. And I was considering having it blasted. I was afraid it would heat the car up because the metal's not in that good a shape. Now, the body of the car, we will have media blasted. The remainder of the balance of that car will be media blasted. The other parts, we've already stripped those, done the body work, and got it ready to go. We call that stage roughed in. This is a 37 Ford. Now, this car is in here only for some minor repairs, and then I think it's headed to auction at Peach Auction the middle of October. It's in here for some hood repairs is what Carl's working on, and just a few minor things here and there. This is an old restoration. I bet this car has been put together probably 20 plus years, and it just needed some freshening up. If you guys remember from way back, probably episode 2 or 3, we had a Resto Mod 40 Ford pickup truck in the shop. That belonged to a dear friend of mine named Al. Al passed away about 6 months ago. His wife, Linda, has asked us to go touch up his cars. She wants to liquidate those cars. He's got a pretty big collection of cars. That 37 Ford belongs to Al and Linda. We're basically touching it up, getting it back up to the way Al had it years ago. We had to go take a look at some of the brake issues and a cooling situation on the car. And of course the hood repair. Had a split in the hood, and we had to weld it up and put some new metal in it. But the main thing I want you guys to see in the shop today is the 2 Corvettes. They're sitting over there. They came from one side of the shop to the other. So the 2 Corvettes, I've been threatening to do my car for the last year. I finally said, you know what, enough's enough. I get to do a car of my own. That 74 Corvette, it's a labor of love. I truly love that body style of car. This is the 74. This last episode was sitting way over on the other side of the shop. It was roughed in. We've actually got this car through all the body work, through the paint, and right now we're in assembly with the car. The 74 is kind of a special Corvette. 1974 was special in this way. Everything after 74, so 75, 76, 77, and 78, was what we call the emission era. In other words, they had big V8s in them, but because of the emission standards coming, they had to be detuned and had catalytic inverters. So 1974 was one of the last true high horsepower Corvettes. Now, the cool thing about a 74, it was also the first year of no more metal bumpers. 73 had metal in the back, but fiberglass in the front, so it was kind of a mixed year. 72, of course, had metal bumpers front and back, but 74 was the first year of urethane bumpers front and back. Now, this Corvette is kind of special even farther than just being a 74. Somebody back in the 70s customized this car, and what they did was they changed the hood, they changed the headlights, and they changed both of the bumpers. So basically, instead of a urethane bumper, this car has fiberglass bumpers on it, and they're a little bit different design. Most people don't know this, but early Stingrays were spelled Sting-Ray, 2 words. The later Stingrays, like that 74, are Stingray, 1 word. A lot of people don't know that. Now, the blue car is a Stingray, it's 1 word. I'm trying to give that the true 70s era feel about the car, the look about the car with the body kit bumpers and the hood, and do some striping on it that may have been done in the 70s, like that silver splash on the hood. I've got the old school wheels for it. I actually painted those wheels the same color as that silver stripe, but we're going to add a 2016 twist to it. So that color is 2016 only, Corvette. I chose the color on this car for this reason. 1974, we're restoring this car in 2015 to have this car roll out new in 2016. So the color I chose for this car is only available 2016 Corvette only. So this is a Corvette only color that is just available for 2016. A friend of mine and business partner in this car has a new Corvette. And he said to me, he says, hey, what if we take the interior from the 74 and bring it up to 2016 as well? Now the interior is in the interior shop, and maybe next episode you'll see it. We're inlaying red inserts in black upholstery. Chaston will come pinstripe the outside of this with red to tie the red into the outside of the car. All in all, man, this should be a beautiful car. Now that's one extreme, a mild custom Corvette from the 70s, but right next to it is a 78. They appear to be the same car, but they're different. Now I've got these cars sitting side by side because I want you to notice some of the differences. Everybody thinks that these cars of this era are the same car, but they're not. They're actually different cars. This is a 78, this is a 74. Look at them from 25 feet away and you think it's the same car. They're not. This 74 has a straight back glass in it. The 78 has a big back glass. Also, you'll notice the difference in the front bumpers of these cars. Even though they appear to be similar, the front bumper, the body line on these cars are totally different. Whereas this one turns up, that one's straight across. So even though they look the same, they're only similar. You guys know what similar means, right? The same, but different. And we're cutting no corners on this car. Everything is getting replaced. The entire interior is brand new. The dash is brand new. Now, this is not cheap stuff. That dash alone is about 800 bucks, and we chose to replace it. When we take a car to auction, we want to know that everything is the way it's supposed to be. We've even gone so far as to buy the factory correct screws for the car. So all the interior screws all get replaced with factory correct screws. Somebody can take that car, put it up, and in a few years make some more money, or they can take it and enjoy it. I prefer the enjoy method. I think these cars need to be driven. But all in all, two different Corvettes. They look similar, but two different spectrums, two realms of the way they're coming out, the way they're supposed to be.
Every girl crazy about a shot dance man.
Well, that about does it, Miss Tanner. I got your gas heat service all hooked up and she's ready to go.
Good. They say it's going to get cold tonight.
Now, all you have to do to turn it on is push this button right here.
Is that gas I smell?
Would you let your yard man install your heating and air conditioning? If so, we're not for you. So give us a call today at Mike Vining Heating and Air Conditioning and let us install a comfort system that will save you money. My dad opened this company in 1979, so we truly are a family-owned and operated business. We install major brands such as Rheem, Goodman, Amana, and American Standard. We also service any brand out there. Our skilled technicians and competitive prices will ease your mind and save you money. We look forward to the opportunity to be of service to you and your family.
I knew I should have called Mike Vining.
Is your heating and cooling system at or near its life expectancy? Is it using obsolete refrigerants? Hello, I'm Steve Nail, president of Nail Heating and Air Conditioning. Nail Heating and Air has state-of-the-art, energy-efficient comfort solutions. Call today and let our factory-trained, certified, drug-free technicians install you a new comfort system. Humidity control, cleaner air, lower operating costs. Simple, worry-free comfort from someone you trust. Nail Heating and Air.
Every girl crazy about a shot dance man.
So we're in the other end of the shop, what I call the clean end. This is where cars get final assembly and all the detail work done. We got the 56 Ford truck here. I think you guys remember from last month. We had ordered the chassis out of California. We already had the chassis assembled and built, painted. The bed was going together. David's got the bed mocked up. The 56 Ford truck was brought to me as a model, as a kid's toy. Now today what we've got in the shop, we've got the bed mocked up. Everything's painted the way it's supposed to be. Now what we've done at this point, I've had to make a couple of decisions. If you remember the little miniature model, this truck is two-tone. But what I did was I went ahead and I painted the truck silver. Now, by all means, this is not the final finish on the truck. Even though the truck is going satin silver, that's what this is. But what I've got to do at this point is I've got to mock this cab up. Now, it's basically just loosely set here right now. And what we're going to do is we're going to finish mocking the cab up, setting it down exactly where it goes. And if you'll notice, the black paint line breaks here on the bed. So everything from here down is silver and from here up it's black. It's all painted silver, and if you'll notice, I've got to get this lined up perfectly. I've got to have the cab mount lined up perfectly so I can bring this stripe around this truck. Now, what I've got to do is I've got to get the cab set just right, and I've got to pull a tape line on this truck across the doors, and it gets that dip in it, and it goes back up and goes all the way around the hood. I could have gone black and then put silver over it, or silver with black over it. I chose to go silver first. Now, even though all this will be wet sanded and it'll get more satin clear, I think it'll be easier on us to put a solid coat of black over the silver. Believe it or not, that whole cab assembly will come back off the frame. It will go back in the paint booth after I get the lines in the perfect spot. All the black work will be done. Then it'll go back on for its final time. Now, when that cab comes off this time, that's when we will install the motor, transmission, and everything. Then we'll set the cab down on over that. We've molded in the fenders. In other words, we've welded the fenders and the whole front clip. So this whole big section here is just one unibody now. And we've got quite a bit of work ahead of us. Of course, if you think about it in the grand scheme of things, we've been on the truck about 45 days and we have made some good progress, especially to have it this far. I've got 90 days left. December 21st or 25th is the drop dead date on this truck. On the other side, we've got the doors in silver, so we've got to get them hung. We're going to suicide these doors, so if you'll notice, and all the door jambs are slicked out. We could have done this earlier, but I think it's so much easier for us to work with crisp, clean lines. And I've got 90 days left, man. That's pushing it on that truck. But I think we can do it if I'll quit going out and riding my motorcycles around the parking lot. David's got the bed all bolted up, and he wants this thing to look mechanical. So what we've done is we've used an odd looking hex machine type bolt to bolt stuff together. And we're going to follow this theme all the way through the whole truck. So every place in this truck where there's an exposed bolt, we'll probably use that exact same type of machine bolt, kind of to follow the whole theme through. Now, one of the problems we ran into is this, and that's one of the reasons the cab is setting up higher than it should be, is we've got to actually cut all of this stuff out to accommodate for the new modern suspension, so there'll be suspension travel. That's why this is not painted. This is still in primer. Of course, it will go black when it's time to paint it. My plan is this, is to have this cab mocked up completely and back in the paint booth next week to get the black put on it. Another thing I've got to do is I've got to figure out my tire size and my wheel size for this truck. Now that's something a lot of people, they either underthink it or overthink it, or they just wait to the last minute and they buy what they can get off the shelf. Now this truck, we're having custom wheels made just for this truck. I want the wheel to fill the fender up. I don't want it to rub. I want it to fill the fender up and just be a fat piece of rubber tucked up under this truck. Now, I'll tell you this, I've known a lot of people that'll build a car. They'll wait to down to the end to pick their tire and wheel package. For example, we've had a lot in here that we've gone back and made some repairs to where the tires will rub. And then, you know, they get in a hurry, they bolt the wheels on, they go down the road, and they're done with a beautiful car. We're taking the time to mock this truck up completely. In fact, we'll put a dummy motor in here to duplicate the weight of the motor where the hull of suspension is loaded so that we can come up with the exact tire size for this truck. But there's still a lot to do, but we have come a long way. All in all, it's going to be a beautiful truck. We've done some other stuff that behind the scenes you may not notice, like back in the day, like on my old truck, the Beast, there's a vent here that pops up, lets fresh air in. Now we Frenched that vent in. We've just basically done away with it. We're suiciding the doors, so you'll see how slick the door jambs are in this truck. Like molding in the front end. This is something people like to do, but do they do it the right way? Not necessarily. This is just not packed in Bondo. We actually welded these fenders to this cab. And it's not just that you just go to welding. This truck has got to be perfectly square. It's got to be right. Everything has got to fit. Because if you weld the front end on and you got it out of square or one end higher or whatever, the hood's not going to fit right. But I guarantee you this truck fits. Maybe the next couple of months we can go for a ride in this one if the creek don't rise.
Choosing the right bank can be tricky. Should you go with a large bank, a small bank, or maybe somewhere in between? Sure, any of these choices can keep your money safe, but what do they actually do with the money you deposit? Larger corporate banks often use your money to finance projects in other cities or states, even other countries. But community banks keep your money local, investing it in projects that help your friends, neighbors, and small businesses nearby. It's simple. Investing in a community bank means investing in the community where you live and work. And Heritage Bank is the best choice for community banking in Henry, Clayton, and Fayette counties. When you bank with Heritage, your funds support local businesses and families that you know and trust. As the only community bank covering the Tri-County area, we work hard to build long-term, local relationships. Our lending decisions are made locally by folks who know the area. We're dedicated to helping our customers save money, and we're proud to invest in you. So bank locally with Heritage and support your community. Your neighbors and your wallet will thank you. Stop by your local Heritage Bank branch, visit our website, or give us a call to get started today.
Your dealership service department not answering or tired of long lines? Introducing the DSA app for your smart device, the quick and easy way to get your car serviced. Just log on and list your needed service, then drop off your car. Plus, you can check your car's progress and history records. The DSA app is available on Google Play and in the App Store. DSA, a new paradigm in customer service. Now available at Legacy Ford of McDonough, Legacy Hyundai of McDonough, and other participating dealerships.
I'm glad my service advisor is now digital. No line, no wait. Thanks, DSA.
Every girl crazy about a sharp
Hi man, how you doing?
Pretty good.
Like you've been doing some work.
God, we have been so dadgum busy. I'm gonna tell you what, I'm so proud of my guys. Things move pretty fast here, you know?
I know. Those two vets have come a long way since I saw them the last time.
You ain't lying. Hey, come up and check this color out.
All right.
See what you think about this car. To be honest with you, Richard, I really believe I can have the anniversary car ready for this auction.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can make it on this blue car.
Now, is this an OEM color?
2016 Corvette.
Really?
Yep.
Beautiful metallic blue. I love the stripe with a Stingray in it.
That color's not on the market yet. And that silver stripe, what I tried to do, I mean, this is 1974.
Right.
I tried to make this car look 1974, but with a 2016 twist.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, man, this is the last of the high horsepower Stingrays, so maybe somebody will have to have it.
Hope so.
But now the anniversary, we've been working late nights on that car. I'm going to have that car done. I'll tell you about that car a little bit. We've got a whole brand new interior, and we cut no corners. You know the anniversary emblems?
Mm-hmm.
We bought them brand new GM. Them emblems are like $200 a piece.
Yeah.
So I spent way too much money on that car, but hopefully you can get it back for me.
We're going to try. The anniversaries are beautiful cars. They're out there, but they don't come up on the market that often.
It's a pretty low mileage car too.
That's good, that'll help. The Fall Peach Classic Collector Car Auction is going to be this month, October the 16th and 17th, down in Byron at Peach Auction Sales. I tell you what I'm going to do. You've been so good helping us promote these auctions. I'm going to do something for you viewers. Anybody that watches Hot Rods and Rust until October the 15th, you can register a vehicle for our auction for $50. And I'll extend that up to 3 cars or vehicles per individual. Just get in touch with Peach Auction Sales, either on the web at peachauctionsales.com, or you can call the office at 478-956-0910. Tell them you heard this on Hot Rods and Rust. That's half off the registration. It's usually $100.
Well, you charged me $150.
I wasn't going to tell you that, but I did. $50, Hot Rods and Rust special. If you've got a collector type car you want to sell, or if you're interested in buying one, the $50 registration fee gets you a bidder number, gets you a guest pass for the auction, and if you just want to come down and be a bidder, I won't charge you a dime. How about that?
But you charge me, Richard.
Go away.
I appreciate that. Check these cars out and let me know what you think.
Okay.
But listen, after 2 years, man, this TV show has been great. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I know I have enjoyed sharing our passion for what we do with you guys on TV. I know that our social media just goes through the roof every time an episode comes out. I mean, Peter Shepard over in Ireland still watches our show. David Field in the state of Missouri watches our dadgum show, and I so much appreciate these people all over the country. So you think it's a local show? No, man, it's nationwide. Hey, it's worldwide. Hey, Hot Rods and Rust, world famous, my friend.